Hey everyone, I'm meteorologist Mackenzie Bart, and we have a risk for severe weather heading into the evening tomorrow. We've already had two rounds in, you can almost say, this past weekend, then also at the end of last week, we saw those lines of gusty thunderstorms move on in. Now we do have another chance for that heading into the evening tomorrow. Thankfully, it's not going to be overnight, but we do have some more details on that. If you have any questions, feel free to jump on in. I'll try to answer them along the way. Here's the next system. This is going to move in mainly in the late afternoon and early evening tomorrow. I'd say our biggest threat is going to be damaging winds, the possibility for some hail, but can't rule out that isolated tornado threat either. The evening commute probably going to be the thing most impacted. Now, here's where everything sits right now, still off to the west, and we do have a few thunderstorms in parts of Michigan, but we're all in the clear here. We still have a good 24 hours, a little bit less to go until we see that severe weather enter our region. Again, things are going to be quiet tonight, so you don't have to worry about that. Tonight, temperatures are actually going to stay on the mild side, and we'll see temperatures warm up after midnight. Just going to continue to climb, so going to be a very warm start to the day tomorrow. And look at that, 70s early in the afternoon. That's before the rain and storms move on in. It's going to be a really nice start to the day, but throughout the later afternoon and evening, that's when we'll see that chance for some stronger storms. So here's an hour-by-hour look. We'll stay quiet throughout the night, so no worries here. Tomorrow morning, no problems either. You may see a few sprinkles. We'll start to see some of the heavier rain move in right around 1, 2 o'clock, and this is our first batch. So we're going to keep an eye on this because depending on what it does, how long it sticks around, and if it makes it to Northeast Ohio, that could determine what that second round of severe weather looks like. So again, this is pushing in right around 2, 3 o'clock, but really expected to just impact parts of Northwest Ohio. This model has it moving a little bit to Northeast Ohio as we head towards 6 o'clock, but that line behind it is what we're watching out for, looking a little bit more aggressive than some of our prior models. So really want to be weather aware as we head into the late afternoon, early evening. This is the second batch of weather that we're talking about. So depending on what that first batch does, we're really going to keep an eye on this because this has the stronger severe potential embedded along with it. This is where we can really see those damaging wind gusts, also the potential for some of that hail. Here's what it looks like at 7 o'clock, starting to get closer to Mansfield, even Worcester. It'll start moving closer to the Akron, Canton, even parts of Ashtabula, Lake County area. I'd say closer to 8 o'clock. Going to back up our future cast here. So that's what it looks like at 8 o'clock. And then things will be done as we get closer to 10 tomorrow night. So thankfully not looking at an overnight event, but it is going to be right in time for that evening commute. So just keep in mind when you usually leave work and head on home, you may be battling some conditions. A good idea to check in with us before you hit the roadways either way. By Thursday, things looking much quieter. So here's what it looks like. This is an update. If you were watching us yesterday, the Storm Prediction Center did increase our severe risk. Now most of us under an enhanced risk, so that next tier level. Again, I think our strongest threats will be the damaging strong winds like we saw earlier this weekend. We do have the chance for some hail, and then there is also that isolated tornado risk, although I will say it looks like parts of Northwest Ohio have a greater chance for that throughout the night tomorrow. Here's a good timeline of what we're looking at. So morning, no problems there as you head out the door. You don't have to worry about anything. May see a few sprinkles though, especially late morning. Afternoon's best chance to see that first batch of some showers and storms is going to be pretty scattered. That's right around 2 to 5 o'clock. And again, highest impacts will mainly be to our west. Could see some gusty conditions roll in then, but right around 5 to about 9 o'clock, that's when we're going to see more widespread storms move in, that higher risk for damaging winds, also that hail potential, and then the isolated tornado risk. Again, mainly going to stay to our west. Thankfully, we do get a nice break after that storms move out. The rest of the week and into the weekend looking so nice. Warm before that front moves in on Wednesday. Temperatures will be in the 70s. Remember the storm time frame right around 2 to about 9 o'clock at night, maybe closer to 3 to our area, 3 to 9. That's when you want to be weather aware, staying tuned to the forecast. Thursday, Friday, cooling off slightly, upper 40s, but not bad. Guardians going to be kicking off with a great forecast. A little bit cool out there if you're sitting in the seats, though. Saturday, Sunday, we warm things back up, 50s and 60s. Easter weekend for any of your services, or if you have some Easter egg hunts, going to be beautiful. Next chance at rain moves in on Monday. All right, we'll have another update coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. You can join us there. We'll bring you any latest information that we have, look at the radar and latest hour-by-hour run. If not, we have all this information detailed out on our website, fox8.com, underneath the forecast discussion. Thanks for joining and have a good evening.